This is Neil King for Random Acts of Cartooning. And for this episode, I'm going to show you where I am with my Inktober sketchbook. Now, if you haven't done Inktober before, the idea is that every day you do some type of line art or something to do with pen and ink or something. Some people paint. I've done them before. But for this one, I thought I'd keep a theme. So this is just a watercolor sketchbook. I think it's about 100 pounds, maybe a little bit more. And I did an interior cover. So for 31 days, I'm going to have the theme, the Wolfman, or Werewolves, or whatever it would be. And so I kind of got started. So the whole idea too is that the entire piece is influences that I like over the years for werewolves. And so for me, it's a really fun project because it just tries to get me ready for a bigger project that I'm doing. I'm about to do a graphic novel and it's a werewolf theme. So I thought I would get something started by using this, the Inktober possibility, to show some of the things I'm doing. So this very first image is based off of Wolfman from 1941. And it's a big thing. I tried to get, it's all grayscale watercolor with brushes and everything. And I've actually done a couple of these in front of everyone. So it starts off with the typical kind of image with the moon. And then I'm trying to kind of tell a story with this spread. So it kind of shows, this is kind of Lon Chaney. This is again from the Wolfman from 1941. And he's kind of in a room. You can see the window. And then it brings you to even a man who is pure of heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf while the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. So it's a typical thing, and they use it all throughout that movie. I feel like this has a little Ditko in here, you know. So this is the next one. Spread is from American Werewolf in London. It's a famous scene where he's kind of transforming into a wolf for the first time. And they're using, at the time, it was really great prosthetics and all the stuff that they were doing for CGI at the time. Really great image. The first part I'm kind of getting for going into the transformation. So this is from the Wolfman, but this is from like 2010, 9 or 10. And they have him kind of strapped down to this wheelchair, and he's transforming. Right. Sticking with that theme, the influence for this one is Mike Plug on his run from Werewolf by Night. And I actually did a video about the making of this. And if you haven't seen it, you can take a look at some of my videos. But I think it was the one before this. It's just his transformation. I'm all through that. Love the Mike Plug stuff. This is Werewolf in London, 1935. And again, the spreads are just trying to pull you through when you're looking at these things. Sometimes I'll do a little bit more backgrounds or sometimes not. This is from Curse of the Werewolf. This is a Hammer film. Oliver Reed, one of my favorites. Probably didn't need any type of makeup. But I love that the image of him. I'll probably do another one or two in the book for him. They're just really great images. This is from The Howling. And I always think of this scene. They have this very tall kind of looking werewolf in a room. The big shadow and everything. I really like that one. Brings you through. This is, again, from the Wolfman. And the thing that I like the most about the original Wolfman from 41 is the props and everything that they have in the background, that great atmosphere. They did it all in a studio. I really enjoyed watching those as a kid. I want to try to get a little bit of the feel for that. This is also from that film. This has like Bela Lugosi in the scene, and he's reading a woman's palm, like her future, and he sees the sign of the wolf, so he knows he's going to kill her. So I threw in there this kind of shadow behind. I think this kind of turned out pretty nice. The brush really worked with me, kind of dry brush, and you're getting this whole scene, and you try to see the reactions of them. And this is from American Werewolf in London, kind of a famous scene where he's in the metro, and you see the wolf has chased him down. You get a closer shot and a closer shot. I think that's my comic book stuff happening there. And this is like one of my favorite scenes. This is Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, I think. Think of it as like the Wolfman 2. I think this was like 1943. But these two guys break into a crypt of the Wolfman. He had died. He'd been killed apparently by his father. But as soon as they have the moon is showing on him and they take away the wolfbane, he kind of comes back to life. It's a great scene, especially between these two actors. It's worth just watching the movie just for that scene. It's American Werewolf again in London. They went on the moors. They stayed off the road. And they got in trouble. This is a famous scene too. Different perspective, I guess. I love this one because it's from Werewolf in London. That's 1935. And it's a scene of this woman looking at her makeup and this little mirror. And then she sees behind her, the werewolf is lurking behind her. That's a great idea. But I thought of it as a nice spread, kind of getting you close. This is a favorite of mine. If some younger people may not have ever seen it, but there's this great Looney Tunes cartoon with Red Riding Hood and Bugs Bunny's in it. And she's just coming in to give this rabbit to her grandmother, who's been replaced by the wolf. But I really like it. It's really funny and kind of sets up the idea of Red Riding Hood having a wolf man involved in it. It's kind of a push, but it's fun. From here, I used a Mike Mignola image. He's drawn a lot of wolves. So I really love this one. And I put a Red Riding Hood in it. So it kind of moves you across for a story. And this is like one of my favorite images so far in the book with the Red Riding Hood. And this is from In the Company of Wolves. Really stylistic movie. Loved it. I think this was in the 90s maybe. It could have been the 80s. I forget. But the idea of that wolf just coming out of this almost suit he's wearing of a person. Great image. Just that transformation. A lot of fun to do. So that's halfway. So the next time I'll probably post the finish, and I'll show the entire sketchbook. It's been a lot of fun. So again, make sure that you're checking out some of my other videos and making sure you're using my links to get to my books that I have online on Amazon. I have all the links in the bio and everything on this episode. But I'm looking forward to the next parts to this, and I'll do a final post in a couple weeks to show you how it all turned out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.